Hello, I've got 5-string violin 583. This is another one of my shop model 5 strings. I only do a few of these a year, maybe half a dozen. So there is a pretty good demand for good sounding 5s that are reasonable. My design, my varnish, graduation pattern. Let me just tell you a little bit about this fiddle. It's a Magini model, 2-piece back, European wood. It's a nice fiddle. Some of the things that I make sure that these fiddles have plenty of space at the nut. The neck is the typical standard 5-string neck. However, a lot of your 5 strings have a narrower spacing where the strings are, so they're a little bit more difficult to play. This one has a little bit wider, more standard spacing, and standard spacing on the bridge. The bridge is a smaller viola bridge versus a violin bridge, so you can get that spacing out a little wider. The action is medium to medium low. This particular fiddle has a very sweet and mellow tone. It's got good clarity and power. It's just not a real, it doesn't have a whole lot of brightness to it. It's the kind of fiddle that I enjoy to play because I'm not a very good fiddle player. Now some people might want one with a little more clarity and just louder under the ear, but this one is plenty loud. It's just it leans towards the darker side tonally. Into good fiddles and bad fiddling, you're on the right channel. Now 5 strings are a little bit more difficult to play for me than a 4-string. I have a hard enough time with 4 strings, but I do like the way that these sound for bluegrass and maybe some old-time players that want a little bit more of a mellow tone. These would be good for western swing. Anyone who wants a good, seasoned, mellowish, complex tone, these are a good value, I believe. A lot of 5 strings sound harsh, and then the C string's weak. The C string on these vibrates very good. So these are good, really good 5-string fiddles. These are also good for teachers that teach in string programs where you have violin students and viola students. The teacher can have one instrument and show the parts to their students without switching or grabbing the student's instrument. So this was $5.83. These usually sell pretty quick and only do maybe half a dozen a year. So there's a pretty good demand, and sometimes there's people waiting in the background waiting for the next one. So I don't doubt that this will go pretty quick. $5.83. If you want to try it, let me know. Thank you.